Hi everyone and welcome back to Famous Pages. Today we're talking about the song Sweetest Love I Do Not Go by Donne. As usual, let's start with the summary and then move on to the line by line analysis. So this is another song today, probably far closer to the real Donne than the persona that we have seen in song Go and Catch a Falling Star. In this song we see this idea of a man separated from his lover or from the woman that he likes, and he basically is trying to convince her that she shouldn't be too upset that he's gone because he won't be gone for long. So possibly this is from a personal point of view, as John Donne spent quite a long time traveling on business. And if you know from his biography that he was also like a seafarer and a voyager, he did spend quite a bit of time being away from Anne, especially since they eloped, their family was low on money. They were quite broke. They were dependent on the wealth of their patronages and family members and friends who would be kind enough to take them in. So Don spent quite a bit away from her, which he felt really guilty about. So this is definitely more of a romantical and less cynical poem or song than the others that we have seen. And there's a far more regular rhyme scheme and meter, suggesting that there's a constancy there, constancy in his love, even with variation. The rhyme is A B A B C D D C, quite clever, because if you look at it, we see that we have a couple that is separated, the ABAB, but then they are reunited again, DDCC apart. So they're actually stronger, and even in the face of difficulties and the things that are trying to separate them, there is a couplet in each stanza that will always work out. So a commentary on how their love is strong and will ultimately survive. And we have quite a few 8-syllable lines, octaves, which are split into 4 and 4 towards the end, almost that idea of the soul dividing into 2 equal quatrains, splitting, joining back again. And in the poem, the speaker says he will not be gone for long, he will just be gone temporarily, just like the sun. So he compares himself to the sun and all the ways in which they can be united, but also better apart. Sweetest love, I do not go for weariness of thee, nor in hope the world can show a fitter love for me. But since that I must die at last, 'tis best to use myself in jest, thus by feigned death to die. Sweetest love. The poem starts with the superlative of the adjective sweet. She is the sweetest. He addresses her and he tells her, my sweetest. He's really trying to soften her to say, you are the sweetest thing in my life. I do not go for weariness. I do not go because I am tired of you. I'm not leaving in the hope that a world can show me a fitter love for me, so someone who's better than you, a woman who is somehow better. So it's both a reassurance that no, I won't be cheating on you, but also a reassurance that I'm not leaving because you bore me, I'm leaving because I have to. And this feels very much like the assurance that he would have given poor Anne, who was pregnant all of the time, to say, no Anne, I'm not leaving you and the children because I'm bored of you or of your pregnancy, I'm leaving because I actually have to. And the comparative of fitter as in better, more belonging to me, so fitter is more appropriate. So it's again almost this idea of a fitter love as a love that is suitable and that is apt. So he's saying there's nothing in the world that is more suitable for me than you. And this is the first thing he reassures her of. And then he's quick to tell her that since that I must die at last, it's best to use myself in jest. So parting is just a practice run for the separation of death. I will never be unfaithful. It's again a reference to till death do us part. So he's saying that when I leave you, you will see what it is like being alone, what it would be like in death, because I won't ever leave you unless I die. So us being apart is just a practice run for you to not be too upset if I die. That is very much an assurance in the spirit of Donne. At least this time I leave in jest, so don't be too upset because I leave for fun, in jest. I'm not dying for real, so you can lift your spirits up and be happy because I'm not parting for eternity. So this is very much a cheeky phrase intended to kind of try and amuse her, to try and say, oh, stop it, like, don't be silly, don't joke about dying. So he's very much trying to lift her spirits, and then also, of course, that he calls her sweetest. So he's trying to give her compliments and to endear her, and also trying to make her laugh. So this is very much a poem in jest, to try and lift her spirits. Yesternight the sun went hence, and yet it is here today. He has no desire nor sense, nor half so short a way. Then fear not me, but believe that I shall make speedier journeys, since I take more wings and spurs than he. We have the famous Donne conceit of the sun. So just like yesterday night the sun went hence, and is here today. Just like the sun went away yesterday, just like the sun is already back today, with no desire nor sense, just a rite of passage and obligation. The sun had a long journey to travel. Fear not me. I will be like the sun. In fact, I will be faster and speedier. Nor have so short a way. I shall make speedier journeys. I take more wings and spurs, because I am more eager. And unlike the sun, for who this is just a job to go from east to west to travel this journey every day, and he's sick and tired of it, no, remember, my love, that I am not tired of you, and in fact, this is not a journey I could ever grow weary of. I have a goal, and I genuinely want to see you, so I will make sure to conduct my business quickly, efficiently. I have a quicker path. I don't have to go all around the world, because I will just go straight through you. You are my world. He really goes through the whole list. So, oh, it's practice for parting in death. Oh, I'll be back before you know it. And he then moves on to the criticism of people in general. We see this criticism in the next stanza. Oh, how feeble is man's power, that if good fortune fall, cannot add another hour, nor a lost hour recall. But come bad chance, and we join it to our strength, and we teach it to art and length itself over us to advance. So in other words, oh, how feeble, oh, how weak, oh, how volatile we are, because if good fortune falls, so when good things happen to us, they fly by so quickly that we cannot remember them. Nor can we recall the lost hour. In other words, we're so used to seeking the good that when the good comes, we almost don't notice that it's here. It's simply gone. It speeds by. We never notice it anymore. But come bad chance, and we join it to our strengths, and we teach it art and lengths. In other words, when we have the chance to see something bad, we really take that chance and we really use it. We really don't let go of it. We join it to our strength. We really give all our strengths and attention to focusing solely on the bad. In other words, we're so pessimistic. And we have this anaphora of "and" to allude to how quickly we allow bad things to take over, that when bad chance happens, we really let ourselves suffer. We teach it lengths. We get the hang of suffering. We get the art of suffering. We give ourselves over to it completely. And he's at once essentially telling her to be stronger than we usually are, and to appreciate the bad as well as the good. But it also seems like he's telling her that while of course you'll miss me, is it not a good practice run for you to practice your gratitude for the good moments, the moments that I am actually here, this practice run and this experience of the bad, because when we are not together, will ultimately make the sweet experience of us being together all the more better. When thou sighest not wind, but sighest my soul away. When thou weepst, unkindly kind, my life's blood does decay. It cannot be that thou lovest me, as thou sayest, if in thine my life thou waste, thou art the best of me. At the same time, it wouldn't be done without the mockery of the Petrarchan lover and all the fuss he makes about parting. It's at once a hyperbolical exaggeration and an allusion to the Platonic ideal, soul and sigh. Soul and sigh is interestingly the same word in Latin from spiritus, like breathe away. So it's another allusion to the idea that our souls are joined together. So when you sigh, you're almost like breathing my soul away. So don't just let out a breath, because you're letting out my soul. So stop sighing, because you will be letting out the part of me that is joined with you, because we are soulmates away. So please stop sighing, because you're hurting me and you're hurting yourself and you're hurting our love. So treat our absence like a sweet thing. Don't suffer through it. Don't sigh too much. Don't miss me too much. When you, unkindly person, weep, my life's blood, my vitality, my very quintessence decays. Blood does decay. And alliteration, they're very sharp sounds. Blood does decay. They're plosive. They're B's and D's. And they are emphasized the same way that he feels the pain and the sting and the sting of her sobs and her sighs. So it's a paradox, unkindly kind. So he's almost saying that like your kindness is sadness. So try to show me that you care, but by expressing your emotion, I can feel that you're actually like very upset and you hurt me and you make me miss you all the more, and you make I make you miss me all the more, because you remind me of our parting with your souls and your sighs and your weeping. So in you my life thou waste, the art the best of me. So you waste me. You can't really love me if you keep sighing so much that I'm gone. If you keep letting me out with every breath that you make, you weaken me. You weaken me and you weaken yourself, because we're two parts of a whole. By upsetting yourself, you're upsetting me. We're both in equal parts hurt by this. You waste my life, because I feel so concerned about leaving you, because you're so upset that I am gone. Let not thy divining heart forethink me any ill. Destiny may take thy part, and may thy fears fulfill. But think that we are but turned aside to sleep, they who one another keep, alive never parted be. Let not thy divining heart, or thy divining heart, do not allow your heart to think of me in any bad way. The universe works in deep and mysterious ways. So if you keep thinking to yourself that, oh no, something must have happened to him, you're going to manifest it into happening. So please stop thinking the bad things about me. Please don't call any more attention to me from fate. Just let me be, just let me go on my way. Don't let your eyes fill with tears, because destiny may agree with you, and if I actually die, then you will actually cry and you will see the true pain of parting. You will be upset, you will be greatly saddened, and you will feel guilty most of all because thy tears are fulfilled. You have set misfortune upon me. So please don't think of this, as it will hurt both you and me ultimately. Think that we instead, but turned aside to sleep. So it's this conceit that instead of being apart, please think of it as we are two lovers who are laying in the same bed, but they're turned apart from each other. So we're not looking at each other, but we're together in spirit, because we are soulmates. And we who are alive, we who keep one another alive, because we're two souls, we're part of oneself. So you could not be alive without me, and I cannot be alive without you. So because we keep each other alive, we can never part it. We're always together in spirit, even if we're not together physically. So in this song, he's assuring his lover all the more tenderly that their love only grows stronger and that they will always remain together. So Donne is, as ever, quite the romantic. So I hope that this video added a touch of romance and a touch of heartfelt promises and emotional declarations to your evening. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.